Hi guys, good morning. It's Dawn from Let's Make a Mess. How are you doing today? I just wanted to do, actually Sam is making me, because she's the boss of me, you know. Sam Owen on our Let's Make a Mess with Dawn Facebook page. Yeah, she's bossing me around, you guys. No, I'm totally kidding. But she's really cool, and she came up with the idea, let's just have a video showing some different journals, because our first challenge in September, the week 1 challenge, will be to create a journal that you can use, create a journal out of all of the stuff that you have that you can use to, in the week 2 challenge, which is just to stuff it up with all of the stuff in your stash, because it is going to be like a de-stash kind of month, a no-spend and de-stash kind of month, which is going to really, believe it or not, I think when you have to use what you have, and when you can't go just buy something to use, you really do become a more creative person. I grew up in a family where we didn't have a lot, and when we needed something, boy, my mom could go in the kitchen and there'd be 5 things and she'd make something, and it was the best thing you ever had to eat. The only problem is you just say, can you make that thing you made last week? She's like, I don't even remember what was in it. So she could never make the same thing twice, but she was really creative, and it was always really good. And the same thing with art, if you don't go out and buy a lot of the stuff that you see on the shelves, or if you have to use what's in your stash, you really start getting a lot more creative. And so I guess that's what I'd like to emphasize a lot for this month's challenge is, I know it's going to be really, really hard when we're seeing craft hauls, and we're seeing Michael's hauls, and we're seeing thrift store hauls. Oh, it's going to, the thrift store hauls are going to be really, 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 really hard for me. I'm not kidding. We're going to have to start a support group, right? Because, because Saturday morning I'm going to want to go, or whatever, I'm going to just want to go, but I'm just going to not do it. And number one, we're going to become more creative. We're going to de-stash. We're going to save money. I mean, we're just going to keep prompting each other. You guys are going to have to keep prompting me and letting me know why we're doing that. So anyway, I'm just going to show you today, I just want to show you some of the journals that you can create for the challenge. This is a book that I created. I covered it with some, I don't think I did this one online. I just did this one just for myself, I think. But, this was just a regular book that I just covered up with some fabric, and then I put this girl, the pink, I think that's called the Pinky. There's a little boy blue, and then the pink girl. This is the pink girl. I wish I had the boy. When I was a little girl, I adored these 2 pictures. This lady that I had, this neighbor lady, I'll never forget her, Mrs. Brady, she had them in her house, and I'd go over there and I'd say, can I look at your pictures? And so she... she'd let me come in and probably give me a popsicle or something. She was so sweet to me, and she'd let me come in and I'd just look at her 2 pictures of the little boy blue and the pink girl. But also she had a lamp there that I just couldn't take my eyes off of. It's like a gold and black, it was really fancy, and I was like, oh my gosh, such fancy stuff in this house. But anyway, so yeah, so I love her, and if I had the same size, I would just probably frame these 2 things because I just loved them so much. But anyway, so yeah, basically this is just a book, and I left most of the page. Actually, did I glue these together yet? I can't tell. It looks like I did some of them. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Doesn't matter. Just get a book like this, and then tear out a few pages like so. Save the pages, because you can use them to art on. And then, there you go. Then you'll have yours. I glued a few of the front ones, I think, together. And you know how to do that, right, guys? It's so simple. You just take your glue stick, and you want to use glue stick because it doesn't, and don't go all the way on the edge inside of when you're doing a book like this. But just take your glue stick and go like so. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Anything I do doesn't have to be perfect, because what's the fun in that? That's too much stress. And then you pull it over, and then you can go like this. You can either use your rag, this is a baby wipe. I like these baby wipes. I think I got that from Dee Dee Williams, I think. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But there we go. So She does some really beautiful collage work. Wish I had more time to watch everybody. Okay, so there, see how easy that is? And then you can just, you know, use this as your junk journal. So that's one book, you know, you can use. That's a regular book. Let's see if I do have another one. Oh yeah, and that is, this book is leaving the pages that are in the book in there. This is probably one of the simple journals that you can do, okay? This book is another book that I got, and I did this online, and I'll show you the link to this one. And this is the one that I made when I put the signatures in it, and I actually glued them. This is stapled signatures and then glued in the book. And I never got around to decorating this with you guys, but this is a really good way to use up your stash. So if you have stash, like lots of papers and some glue and some staple, do this, because boom, you've already got some of your stash being used up. So this is a good one. I might use this one for our stash. So there's that kind of book. There is also some flow books. Now I don't have any flow books that I made, any little ones, but I have these that somebody sent me, and there's a lot of they have tons of stash in them. This came from Australia, but what these are is they're just tied in, or you can use rubber bands. So there's an example of a flow. Here's another flow. Now I've gone through these flows and I've taken all the stuff out. But basically a flow book, I think I have some on my page. If I do, I'll find the link. You just tie stuff into it. There's no, you can, and then you can, you tie stuff into it and then you just pull it out. Oh, you know who has good examples of flows? Oh my goodness, she's gonna go in my list. It's Tammy Brackett. So yeah, we'll put a link to her. She's becoming the flow queen. Here's another flow that somebody gave me, and I kept all the really good stuff inside of it. So you can just make a flow. Those weren't very good examples, but please check out Tammy Brackett. Now here is, this was one of my first gluey junk journals that I made. I think this was like the pink one. Yeah, this was like my pink one. Everything had to be pink that went in here. And this is just like the book that I just showed you, this book right here, with the junky pages in it, except for instead of a hardbound, it's a softbound. So this is probably like a cracker box or something. And I just glued them in. Can I glue? Yeah, I just glued them in, and see, they stay very well. They're in there for good. They're not going anywhere. And so this is a lot of fun. So this is kind of what I think most of our journals will look like when we're done. Because we're going to just, no, I don't care if it rips, that's okay. It's fine. Because we're just trying to use up all of these, all of this was a fun book. All of the stuff that we have, So, cute puppy. Lace and fiber. I don't crack under pressure, I thrive on it. It's like the queen dog, right? Glitter them up, lace them up. Look at all the lace on this book. This is a lot of fun. Look at all that lace. So that's a lot of fun to do. So we'll be using a lot of the fibers that we have. You can use whatever you want, you don't have to, and just glue and paint to your heart's content. So there's that kind. There is, this is something else that somebody else made me. This is a good example of a flow. She didn't put her name on this. This was in a swap I did on Trashy Junk Journals. And she mostly used scrap paper. It might not have been Trashy Junk Journal. It could have been Junk Journal Junkies. That's another good site. But see, the whole idea of this is you can pull it out. But look how easy it is. There's no sewing, no stapling. You just create a cover, and then you sew in your journals. So there's another journal example. Isn't this cute? I might have to send this to my sister, one of my sisters who's not a seamstress. She's not a seamstress. She loves to quilt, and I just think she'd really appreciate this one. So Okay, then we have the good old composition notebook, you guys. Get a composition notebook and decorate the front, glue a couple sheets together, and I just did this one last night. I couldn't sleep, so I just started gluing. Boy, did I glue. I glued a bunch of stuff in it. And then I glued 2 big images on it, and then I went over it with some red paint. Not a big deal, but it served its purpose until I was able to fall asleep. So then there's the composition notebook, and I will link to that. And of course we have the sewn in business envelope. This is a fun one. You know, this is a real junk journal right here. So, you know, you can do this one. You can see I've only done, I think, 1 page in this one, right? Yeah, and then I'm just using it to waste not, want not, paint. But there's this one. This would be a good one to do. And I will post a link to this one. And then we have the magazine journal. And this is the one I did. So, yeah. We just did this yesterday, or the other day, I should say. So yeah, magazine journal, that's kind of a nice one to do. You know, and you don't have to make it a big deal. You don't even have to put 2 magazines together. Just get a magazine and cover it and glue some pages together. Boom, done. You know, that's great. Then there's always the ones if you have this laying around. You know, I bought this a long time ago. I have it laying around. It's a nice little journal. And I started to play in it, but I haven't done anything in it. So you have this journal. So here's the first. I thought, while I'm at it, I might as well show you this. Sorry. This is actually the first art journal I ever did. This is the book that got it all started. Look at that ugly color. What do you think of that? Anyway, so this was a birthday card I got from my mom, and this one kind of started it all, and I can't go there because I'll get all weepy. But anyway, so what I did was I made sure, I went out to a thrift store and I found a book. And I made sure that it had, see, these sewn in. See, you have to, if it's, you know, see these stitches right here? For some reason, I thought this is the kind you had to have. You don't have to, but I thought for sure it was the kind you had to have if you were going to rip out pages and stuff. So that's why I did that. But what I did was I went through, oh, you guys, here's the actual first junk journal I ever did. I did it in May 7th and 8th because my birthday's on May 8th. So I did it in May of 2016. That's when I started it again. That's when I started it, period. I took this with me to a tournament my daughter was having in Monarch Dunes here in California, one of her tournaments. And I did this page. I went to a thrift store. I bought a bunch of stuff. It was just really funny. And see, I said, I hope this is the first of many pages of messes that I have decided to allow myself to make. 56 years old today. I can't wait to finally explore my creative side. Happy birthday, me. Anyway. So yeah, I was practicing with my stenciling. Now this is more of a paint practice book. I was watching a lot of Cat Hand stuff. You know, I learned so much from Cat Hand. I love her. I'll put a link to her in the bottom. So yeah, it was fun. So, ooh, look at that. I don't know what I was thinking on some of this stuff, right? I put these in here because they're sticking, and I haven't gone over them with my wax candle or anything. Like, this is definitely a Cat Hand page. Isn't that cute? Yeah. So I was really practicing it up. That's Cat Hand's birds. I got it from my mama. Yeah. So boy, was I practicing. This is something I enjoyed doing. You know. I haven't been at this very long, you guys. Just a little over a year. I saw this one online. Somebody did something like this and I had to emulate it. I loved it. Fell in love with that page. And this was funny. This is another thing I saw online. I don't remember who did it. Oh, it's stuck. It's my first, like, yeah. If you don't spread your wings, you will not discover how far you can fly. Isn't that cute? That's my daughter's initials and my initials. I fell in love with collage on that. It's like my first collage page. It was napkins, mostly napkins. And this was a Kelly Donovan. Have you ever watched her? She's a riot. Oh, this was my birthday too. She took you take a magazine face, a big face, and you paint it. And that's what you get. But then I made this up. My inner child sings in color. I don't know if that's ever been said before, but I signed it because I thought it was me. Oh, this is... Aw. That's okay. This wasn't my favorite page. So, I like it though. I don't want it to be ruined, but there you go. There we go. These are pieces. Boy, that's kind of shredded, I called it. Oh, these were, this was a painting I found at a thrift store, and I cut it up and I made that out of it. Okay, let's just, I'm not trying to, I wasn't trying to do a flip through. I can learn this art. A long way to go, girl. Feast, bring on your joy. And then that's it. So see, you can just get an old book and go to town. Boy, I sure filled this one up, didn't I? So, yeah, but I'm probably going to use this book or my magazine book. I haven't decided yet, but I like this one because, you know, it's nice and flat. It lays really flat. So get out your long reach stapler and go look at the video I have for this one. I'll try to link all the videos that I have. I'll link videos to Rosemary Morris, Shannon Green, Liz Drake, Tammy Brackett, and Kat Hand. Let's see. And just remember, when you are seeing, when I'm crying, like, oh my God, I want to go thrift store shopping or whatever, when you hear me, like, when you hear me doing that, just tell me no. Tell me, Dawn, remember how rewarding it's going to be and how creative you're being by using just the things that you have. So anyway, okay, Sam, I hope this is a good video. I hope this is what you wanted. And I hope everybody has a great day. Okay, talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.